And welcome to NA2 GvG Invitational Day number 11? No, 12. Day number 12. Tonight we have TFH versus GS Gun Squad from SOS. TFH is on Port Aspenwood. Earlier tonight we had, actually, I wasn't here for the GvG before. I think it was DUI versus Bomb.
Yep, that's correct.
What were the results of that GvG?
It was 6-1 for DUI. Bomb had two really good last rounds, though. Able to take one of them, and just short of being able to pull off one.
Alright, so that GvG sounded like it was exciting. Tonight, though, a feature matchup, well, it wasn't really a feature matchup at the beginning of this tournament. However, both these guilds have stunned everyone watching, both underdogs in this tournament. GS coming from Tier 1 here to compete in the Tier 2 tournament. And a lot of people didn't expect to see a lot from them, and they've really shown that they're here to play and giving IX a few cold sweats. Meanwhile, TFH on the other side, the guild from FA that no one knew anything about really. However, their roster very strong, and they've done a really good job so far in this tourney of keeping up in the points with the rest of the guilds and proving that they have a place here and a chance to go to the finals. So both teams tonight, very important. Whoever wins this does get a little bit of an advantage in their bracket. So it's going to be it's very important for both teams to win tonight. Let's talk about TFH first, since we're on FA, or I'm on FA. They're led by King Gorilla, so he's their driver. And let's see, I had to look at their previous scores actually. Let me pull up the spreadsheet.
So far, they've 7-0'd BGA, 6-1'd AE, 1-6 against him, 5-2 versus Boo, 7-0'd UL, and yeah, that's all for TFH so far.
Well, the key for them was what they did against him. Surprisingly, being able to at least hang with BMO in points is important for the tournament, which means that keeps them, right now they're tied.
Yeah, they've fought every single guild that BMO has, and they have 1 point up on them, so they're definitely like kind of the upset for FA. And then GS is pretty much the upset for IX, or for SOS, which would be IX.
I mean, they're tied right now. They're both neck and neck. TFH actually has the same amount of GvGs as BMO, and they are 1 point ahead. They've actually GvG'd the exact same guilds. So what's left for BMO and TFH is IX, GS, and DUI. Depending how the two guilds do against those guilds will determine which one of them goes to the finals from the FA bracket. Meanwhile, on the other side, GS tonight, they're looking to get a win here because they're right now tied 50-50. Looks like they've both done the same amount of GvGs against different guilds. 3 GvGs each. And the score right now, 50-50 between the two. And so again, this is one of the major GvGs for both these squads. It's just going to come down to who plays it tonight. So let's talk about predictions. Well, I guess we'll start with Faov this since he's fought both these guilds.
I think GS is probably going to win. Just from... Actually, it's kind of really hard to tell. I fought TFH a while ago, and we fought GS on Thursday. It's hard to tell, but it's gonna be close. I think we don't see a lot of close matches, but I think it's gonna be close. I don't see it going like more than 5-2 either way.
Oh, death number 1 for tonight. So I think it'll be, honestly, I'm hoping to get a 4-3, but realistically, I think it's gonna be 5-2. I don't know who it's gonna go to yet. However, right now, if I had to pick, I would say GS has the upper hand. Oh, can we make a straw poll?
All polls are the best.
Straw polls are. Stay tuned for Boostergate hype after this. And so, a lot of GS hype in the chat right now. I think that the key for GS tonight against TFH is really just to win that gank fight and let their gank do what they're good at. I mean, they have a really strong gank. It's actually ridiculously strong with Hurex, Hotgun, Beyond B, Schnicky, the list goes on of talented players in that guild. And meanwhile, TFH, a bit more of a team-oriented guild. One of their big concerns that when I was talking to one of their players earlier in the tournament was how they were going to mesh together as a team, and they've really seemed to overcome that together and become a very fluid squad. So the GvG, they're ready to start. I think they're waiting on a few more TFH members to get into the OS, and once they are, we'll go ahead and get this started. And I see you're dying. Random deaths as well in the arena. I think there'll be plenty of those tonight.
You're still running hammer guards.
GS does run hammer guards, but I've seen them switch over to greatsword, I believe. No, never mind. That wasn't GS. GS stands on hammer. It was DUI I saw switch to greatsword.
Because I remember when we first fought GS, they first came over to tier 2, they were running great swords, but recently they've been running hammers, and they do this thing where, I guess I can't give away their strats, but so I'll just stop talking.
By the way, we'll keep that to ourselves. That is fine, Whitehelm. And Whitehelm is here as well tonight. I'm joined by Faov, if you don't recognize the voice, and then our wonderful technical director, the guy who puts all the overlays and all the music on, Jordan, is here tonight. He's back finally. He was gonna do Thursday, but I don't believe Faov let him.
Nope.
What is it?
He's a greedy man.
Yeah, he needed him. So another thing, we're gonna try a new playlist coming up soon. I actually have to send you the music, Jordan. But courtesy of Kim Sorley. Just so basically the point of that is gonna be so when you watch the VODs, some parts of it will still have music on it, because I mean, to be honest, the silence in the background is terribly awkward. But the music will still be playing in the background. It just won't be this music. It'll be different music, still good, and you'll be able to hear everything going on the whole time.
We also have a YouTube channel where none of the VODs are muted, so you can probably check those out as well, because everything is ordered by, well, you can see individual matches instead of watching the entire stream.
You can also check out Days 2. It hasn't been updated in a little bit though, because Kyle was casting and I don't think he was uploading them to YouTube, so.
So we'll have to go ahead and work on that. Meanwhile, both sides still getting ready. So I guess I didn't get anyone's picks, actually. We discussed I didn't get Whitehelm's pick, actually. Or did I?
No, you didn't. Just based on the fact that I know / have played with or against a decent amount of GS's roster, I'm gonna say they're probably gonna take it, because TFH is kind of an unknown factor for me a little bit in terms of their roster. But I think it's definitely gonna be a close match.
Alright, so I think it's gonna be good. Do we have the straw poll ready? Should post that straw poll. Everyone pick, or we can just do. We can also. You got this? Are you sure?
I got this, dude.
I'm gonna post the wrong straw poll, and you're gonna. And Scar is gonna be a ranger. All right, go ahead. Get that posted up. In the meantime, other things coming up. What's coming up? Let me see. Actually, let's go to the schedule.
Let's log into Twitch.
Tomorrow we have BGA versus Hyman at 9 EST, and then at 10 EST we have UL versus IX.
Straw poll.
Who are they?
I thought that guild.
Fabulous.
I thought it was BGA versus Jim, led by Fubu. And of course, Bad Guy Roberts leading BGA. That guild, they've learned a lot this tournament, and I think you guys are going to be surprised what they bring at you tomorrow. Do not take them lightly. Who's it? So that's a rescheduled match, finally getting to. And then we're going to have, tomorrow is the first, we're going to have UL versus GS coming up right after that at 10 o'clock. And then on Monday, AE versus Bomb. And then after that's going to be TFH